Diego State beat UAB, and they destroyed Yale. So, who are we going with? Well, the original, we had UConn, so we're going to stick with that one. Illinois, Iowa State, we also predicted this one correctly. How did they get here? Illinois, they beat Morehead State, they beat Duquesne, light work. Iowa State, they had South Dakota State, beat them, and they had Washington State, they took down them as well. For this one, gonna have to go with Illinois. I'm pretty sure I picked Illinois in the original. Actually, we could just look. Let's see. Yep, Illinois, okay. Almost forgot. But yeah, there's gonna be one Elite Eight matchup. We got North Carolina versus Alabama. How did they get here? Alabama took down Charleston, took down Grand Canyon. North Carolina, they took down Wagner, they destroyed them. And they took down Michigan State. So, in the original, we got UConn over Bama. Not UConn, UNC. And we're going to stick with it. Arizona versus Clemson. I had Arizona getting here. Obviously, they are my champion. But did not have Clemson. Clemson took down New Mexico. That was my pick. Then they took down Baylor. That was a nice win as well. Arizona, they beat Long Beach State. And they beat Dayton. And now they got Clemson. Gotta stick with my champ. I gotta stick with my champ right here. So, boom. There's another Elite Eight. We come over here. Purdue versus Gonzaga. Genius. I got this one correct too. I'm too good at getting lucky. But yeah, Gonzaga, they beat McNeese, and they beat Kansas. They destroyed Kansas. They've had two really solid wins. They look good. Purdue, they beat Grambling, and they just destroyed Utah State. So two teams that really haven't been tested so far in the tournament yet. This should be a good matchup. Man, I gotta stick with Purdue. You know, Zach Edey, he's built for the college game. You gotta think that Purdue is built for a run. Maybe they don't win it all, but Elite Eight sounds good to me. So we got Tennessee versus Creighton. Did not have Creighton getting this far. Had them losing to South Carolina, but South Carolina lost to Oregon, so Creighton beat Oregon instead. Tennessee, they beat Texas. They beat St. Peter's, destroyed St. Peter's. Close one with Texas. Originally had Tennessee, but looking at Creighton, man, I like Creighton. I think they're solid. Tennessee's a good team too. This is a tough one. All right, the brain juices are flowing. We're gonna have to go with Creighton. Boom. Alright, here we go. Houston versus Duke. Had both these teams here. How did they get here? How did they arrive at this point? Houston destroyed Longwood, and they held off Texas A&M. Duke beat Vermont, and they destroyed JMU. Houston versus Duke. Gonna have to go with Houston on this one. Sorry, Duke. NC State versus Marquette. Didn't have either of these teams here. It's supposed to be Kentucky. But NC State, they took down Oakland, who beat Kentucky. They're here. Marquette took down Western Kentucky, and they beat Colorado, who for some reason I had them losing to Florida. You know, just forget it. We don't need to worry about that. We don't have to think about that. We don't have to think about that at all. We just have to make this pick right now. Sorry, NC State. The run is over. They had a great tournament though. Highest seed still in it. They got Clemson there as well. So a lot of high seeds, or low seeds, I guess. Sorry. Well, it depends what you consider high. I guess NC State is a low seed at 11. But here we go. UConn versus Illinois. We're going to stick with UConn. They're very good. Houston versus Marquette. Houston, I think this is the year of the ones, baby. Arizona versus North Carolina. Arizona it is. Purdue versus Creighton. Alright, I'm starting to regret it all, but these three teams, these 3 1 seeds are very good. And then Arizona's my champion, so I gotta stick with my champion. Like, what am I supposed to do? I gotta stick with my champion. My champion is still in. If I don't stick with him, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But now that I look at this, I don't know. I don't see Creighton. I just don't see anybody beating Purdue or Houston. I know they're 1 seeds, and 1 seeds can lose at any time, but this year from what I haven't seen anything either, so the little I've seen, UConn, they look so good. Houston looks incredible. Purdue looks unbeatable. What sucks is my champion, Arizona, is probably the worst out of these 4 teams. By far. But if Arizona doesn't win it, it feels like this is the year of a 1 seed taking it for sure. Because these teams are stacked. Let's go back. Let's take a look. We had Purdue over Kentucky here. So I assume maybe we should have Purdue over Houston. Nah, this is where Purdue takes a hit. Or should, oh no. This is tough. We gotta stick with it. The teams we picked are still in it. We gotta stick with it. We gotta stay strong. Arizona over Purdue. Gotta stay strong. We'll go with like 152 or something. It's like 76 points each team, so close game in the 70s or something. Could happen. Maybe it's too high. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so. There's been a lot of high scoring that actually might be too low. But yeah, there it is. I like it. Gotta stick with Arizona. Gotta stick with our champ. They're still in. But this is tough. There's too many 1 seeds, but I got no faith in Marquette or Duke. Illinois, I think, might be the only shot. They might have a shot at UConn. Iowa State too. That's kind of sucks. Like if Illinois and Iowa State or anywhere else. Bama, I got no faith in Bama. Arizona, if they were in any other quadrant, they're probably losing, but I think they could take North Carolina. And Purdue, I don't know, maybe Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga has the best chance from their quadrant. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't see Creighton beating them. Creighton, they made a nice run, but they seem like an Elite 8 loser. I don't even know if they get past Tennessee. I got no clue. But there it is. Arizona, Purdue. This is our bracket. Second chance, Sweet 16. Arizona wins it in Arizona.